Joining me today, I have Janet Campbell. She is the president and CEO of the Joy Smith Foundation. Thank you so much for joining me today.
It's great to be here.
Janet, I have a couple of questions for you just to really give people a picture of what human trafficking looks like and what it is so that we know how best to fight it. What is the average age of someone getting trafficked or approached?
Yeah. Typically, it's youth. That's primarily the cases that we see in our office. Youth tend to be more vulnerable because they're very impressionable and influenced, so easily influenced. So typically, we see cases as young as 12 to 14 years of age that are first being approached.
Absolutely. What is a tactic or two that traffickers use to lure, like you said, youth aged children?
Yeah, so I think human trafficking is one of those things where people have an idea about what it looks like, and the realities are very, very different. So, one of the most common ways in which we see people that are vulnerable to being trafficked is maybe that they develop a new friendship or a new romantic relationship. And so often, when somebody is trafficked, it's through somebody that they know or a friend introduces them to ultimately the person who will traffic them. And so sometimes people think it's this stranger danger scenario. And oftentimes people ask, is it, where I have to worry about somebody approaching my car or something like that? And by and large, the cases are actually with somebody that you know. The other most common way in which we see trafficking cases is when youth meet somebody online. And so it's very easy for youth to connect with people online that they might um, think is connected to another friend of theirs or something, but that can be another very common way in which predators meet somebody that they will traffic.
That leads me perfectly into my next question. How can parents or caregivers uh, safeguard their children?
Well, I think it's having really good open conversation with your kids, and certainly being aware of any change that they may observe in their child. So, having good dialogue about what a healthy relationship might look like. And just in general, having your children be aware of the dangers that present online. I think, it's very easy for young children to have a bit of a sense of safety or anonymity when they're online. And so it's important to have that open dialogue. And then pay attention when you see changes in your child's behavior or see changes perhaps in individuals that your child is connecting with. Paying attention to changes in perhaps their grades or their style of dress. These are all signs and indicators that something might be going on.
You guys are running an incredible brand new campaign, See the Signs. If people think their kids are potentially being trafficked, what is the next steps?
Mhm. Yeah, thank you for that question. One of the reasons that we actually embarked on the trafficking signs campaign is so that, again, we can kind of dispel some of the myths associated with human trafficking and how it happens. So I hope that all of your listeners will take the time to go to traffickingsigns.ca and learn about what human trafficking looks like, and they can access free information on there. So one of the first things to do if they are concerned is certainly they can talk to their child, they can reach out to our office. If there is concern of imminent danger danger or something like that, certainly people should feel free to contact the police. I know sometimes people are a little bit nervous about, oh, should I raise this or is this just normal teenage type of behavior? And what I would say to anybody who has that question is listen to your instincts. You know your child and you know your loved ones the best. And if it doesn't seem right, it is best to pursue it. If there is imminent danger, you can feel very safe in calling the police. They can call the non-emergency line and just report what they know. The police always handle these things very confidentially, and nobody will know, in fact, that they were the ones that called to report or inquire about it. So that would be the thing to do with imminent danger. And if they have other questions or concerns about human trafficking or something that might be going on, they can also contact our office and we'd be happy to guide their specific situation.
What does the Joy Smith Foundation do in the fight against human trafficking across Canada?
Well, education is our greatest weapon. That is one of the things that we focus on. So we provide prevention programming to educate people so that they are, in fact, aware of what it looks like and how to protect their own families and loved ones. We also have a lot of intervention programming. So we work with service providers, law enforcement agencies across the country, and we work with survivors across the country so that when they have been victimized, we work with them to help restore their lives and join them in their journey of healing.
It's I can only imagine the job that you and your team do, and I so appreciate it. Just from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Is there anything else that you wanted to share on this Day for Freedom?
Well, I appreciate your comment, and honestly, it's our privilege and honor to be able to serve in this way. And I would just really encourage people to get informed. So go to traffickingsigns.ca, take a look around at the material that is there. That will give you a real picture of what human trafficking looks like, and it will give you access to more information if you'd like to get further education. So that's something I would encourage everybody in their communities. There's not enough police, there's not enough resources, and it really does take a community to engage and look out for one another and protect each other.
Absolutely. I have one more question, if that's all right. Um, I would love to know um, this this type of work can be quite difficult. It can be taxing. It can feel very dark at times. Why do you do it?
I would just say it's a calling. Quite honestly, it's something that once you know about, it's very difficult not to really address it and do what you can. And what we have both the privilege and honor, it's a responsibility that we really have. And so, yeah, it can be very dark at times, and certainly it's very heavy on our hearts when we are working with survivors where their lives have been impacted. And we're also very inspired, quite frankly, by those that have been affected because they're so courageous and resilient. And they go on to do really wonderful things with their lives. And they often turn around to help others that may be affected as well. And so we are inspired every day by the survivors that we work with as well. So
Well, you are an inspiration, as is your incredible mother, your whole team. Thank you again for all that you do. And we wish you God's best. And we pray for you guys as you do continue this work. Thank you, Janet.
thank you for those prayers and blessings to you.